What's up, YouTube? I want to talk to you today about my hunting setup that I'm going to use this year. I know my last video was talking about my shoulder issue, the injury that I had, and I was thinking about shooting my Black Widow bow. I actually thought about it some more, and I forgot that I had these Uukha Salengha limbs they're like 41.7 pounds at my draw length, which is 29 inches. I went back and looked at the data that I had from when I did my limb testing, and these are actually only like 3 feet per second slower than my heaviest limbs, which are my Hoyt Satori limbs. They were 45.3 pounds or something like that. I can roll in the data at the end of this video so you can take a look at it too, just show you kind of how, like, my thought process, what I was thinking. I'm basically getting like a 2 to 3 foot per second average difference with these compared to my heaviest limbs. So it's kind of like a no-brainer. Like, why not shoot your lightest limbs and still get basically the same performance? So I threw them on my 17-inch Hoyt Satori riser and started practicing with them. And man, let me tell you what, these things are sweet. They're very forgiving. This bow itself is super accurate. I'm just going to take some shots here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 6 arrows, so I got a half a dozen arrows here. I'm just going to shoot them as I'm talking about the specs of this bow and, like, you know, kind of like what I'm thinking about as far as hunting with this year. And then we'll go look at the results, and then hopefully the results on target will speak for themselves, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about. All right. So the first thing, let's talk about the arrow setup. The arrow setup is the gold tip traditional classic blemished. So these are blemished arrows. They look perfectly fine to me. I've never been able to see like a blemish in them. I don't really know why they consider them blemished. Maybe the color's a little off, but I think they look great. I have a seller on eBay. I think the last time I checked, which was kind of like last year, I think they were about $80 for a dozen. I'll have to double check that. You know, don't crucify me if I'm wrong, but they are pretty much the cheapest dozen arrows you can buy that are high quality. They're not, I think they are actually made in China, but it's a Gold Tip is a reputable company that you can trust, and I've had great success with them. 3 pass-throughs with these arrows last year. I was hunting with the Satori still. 3 pass-throughs, all kills. No problem with the arrow setup whatsoever. I'm running traditional barred cock feather with the chartreuse hen feathers on here. My arrows are cut to 29 3/4 from the throat of the nock to the end of the carbon here, and I'm using their 400 spine arrows again. So 29-inch draw length, 400 spine arrows. They're 525 grains total overall weight with both of my broadhead setups, and I'll get into my broadhead setups in just a second. But let me go ahead and take my first shot here, just so y'all aren't just staring at me talking. Okay, that was perfect. Maybe about an inch left of the heart, which is what I'm aiming for this whole time. Remember, I'm going to be aiming for the heart. So anyways, let's look at, I'm just running the bare hair rest on here with the Satori side plates. It has 2 of the side plate spacers in it right now. I just had to take a look and see. So 2 side plate spacers. One of my broadhead setups that I'm going to be using is, I have so basically a 175 grain field point, which is going to correlate to my 175 grain broadhead. With that setup, I'm running a 50 grain gold tip insert. And these things are like this long. I mean, they're really long. I actually prefer these because there's more surface area. I've said in a video before, there's more surface area for your hot melt or your glue or whatever you're using to keep this insert in. There's more surface area between that and the inside of this arrow here when you compare it to like a short, standard insert or the 100 grain brass. Some of these other arrows, I like to run 225 up front, which I'm sure you know if you've watched any of my other videos. So 225 total up front. One of my setups is a 100 grain brass insert with a 125 grain head. So for those, I'm going to be using a 125 grain For those, I'm going to be using 125 grain cutthroat broadhead. So there's the brass insert, 125 grain cutthroat. And then for the 175 grain setup, I'm going to be using the grizzly stick Samarai Overkill 175s. Again, I've said before, I prefer straight edged broadheads over something like, if you look at like the grizzly stick Masai's that have the edges they bulge out, or something like a Simmons shark where it has the convex edge, the point is here, then the edges come down. It's just, you can sharpen those by hand. I'm not saying it's impossible, but these are just so much easier. If they have a straight edge on the side, you can throw them in a jig, or you can do it by hand. You can just hold it flat and keep it straight, and it's easier for me to get it, razor hair popping sharp. So dead in the heart. All right, so what else can I say about this bow? I was about to shoot a broadhead out there. Got to be careful. I really like the way this bow looks. It's kind of grown on me. Comparing it to something like, a more traditional looking, like a longbow that's custom made, that maybe has like the antler, limb pockets and just the antler bolts, the, traditional wood looking, just beautiful custom wood bows. This is obviously not that, right? This is more like the Ferrari of recurves. Carbon fiber limbs. These are 40-pound Uukha Salenghas. I'll roll in some footage here of kind of like it, some B-roll of me zooming in so you can actually see the details on this thing, but I just think it looks sweet. The only two colors really is the tan on the riser and the Hoyt quiver. It's got carbon fiber accents on everything with the limbs, and then like the grip is black obviously, and it's this other stuff, so like black, tan, and carbon fiber, and it is basically like the Ferrari of recurves. I think it's really freaking sweet looking. So then another one was a little high. What else can I say? Still running a stop the drop. Everybody always asks me, this is how this works. So basically when you're sitting up in your tree stand, you just flip this around, connect it to your arrow. It's just really soft rubber. And like I hang my bow up I hunt with my quiver on, I always have. So I hang mine up with the quiver here. And then, the wind comes blowing, your tree's shaking, everything. You don't have to worry about your arrow falling off. There's other solutions too that maybe aren't as expensive as this. Like I found my old package that this was in. I bought two of them at the time. They were only $28. They're like, yeah, $28 I think it was. Now I think they're up a little higher than that, but it's definitely worth it. It's kind of like a one-time purchase. Once you have one, it comes with two of the stick-ons. So you can buy one and then flip it with this red piece between whatever bow you're hunting with at the time. And I think it's well worth the money. You see it's on there now. Whenever you draw, it just falls off. So I'll show you that real quick. You're up in the tree, deer comes in, you don't have to worry about it falling. Draw it back, it's already off. There we go. And still basically the same arrow setup. I'm running a TTT Strings, so TTT, Trevor Fielder. I can't recommend his strings enough. The string that came with the Hoyt Satori, as well as the string that comes with a lot of bows that are just like stock. You buy the bow, you might spend $1,000, $800, whatever, up to $1,500. The string that's going to come with it is not probably going to be the best. Even the string that came with my full custom Black Widow bow, I shot the string and then I was like, it's all right. I put a TTT from Trevor on here, and this thing is like perfect, right? He does the double knocks. They're adjustable. You can just twist it to move it down, twist it to move it up. Dial in your to tune your arrows. Get your arrow flying right. And these things are just, they're quiet. They're super nice. And you can find him on Facebook, TTT Strings or TTT Archery. I can't remember which, but if you just look it up, you'll find it. Send him a message on there. He'll walk you through, like if you don't know how to measure your bow, he'll walk you through exactly what you need. And then he's been doing it a long time, so you'll get your string in basically like 3-4 days, and then be off to the races shooting. So let's shoot. I got 2 more arrows here, and then I'll kill this video, and we'll be done. Beautiful. What else can I say? Again, 40-pound limbs. I just want to go over the specs one time so I don't forget, because this is kind of like a thrown together video. 40-pound limbs. These are Uukha Salengha limbs. They're made for a 62-inch recurve, but I'm only running a 17-inch riser, not a standard 19-inch riser. So this is a 60-inch bow, which I think is, my preference for a tree stand bow. Like I've said before in multiple videos, a 58-inch or a 60-inch bow gives you the perfect blend, in my opinion, the perfect blend of wildiness in a tree stand. If you're hunting a lot of cover, you're not like banging it on all the limbs and scaring deer off, but it's also forgiving to shoot. Like if you want to target shoot with it, you can get good accuracy out of it. If you, I prefer a 58 to a 60-inch bow. So this is perfect for me. And yeah, I don't know if I've said it before, my arrow is 525 grains total, averaging 170 feet per second, and full pass-throughs, no problem, especially the deer down here where I'm hunting down south, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, places like that. All right, so that's my last arrow. Let's go take a look here. No cuts. Haven't really practiced today, so I'm still happy with this. This is perfect. These are all kill shots. I mean, I'm not a target archer. I'm a deer hunter. So first shots of the day, I'm perfectly happy with these. I pulled one. Okay, here's the heart that I was aiming for. So out of the 6, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically in about a 3-inch group right on the heart. And then this is the one that I said that I pulled a little high. If you remember, it's like maybe my 3rd or 4th arrow. So out of 6, I pulled one, and it was me, not the bow. I can't ask for better accuracy than that. This bow is very sweet, especially with a shoulder injury. Only pulling about 40 pounds, 41.7 to be exact. And yeah, this is what I'm definitely going to hunt with this year. Can't wait to get in the woods. We're only about a month away, guys. So get your stuff ready, get set up. I look for more videos coming. I'm kind of been like in a rush. Been busy with work, been busy with a lot of things, but look for more videos to be coming soon. I'll catch you guys. Be on the lookout. Have a good day.